Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, September 11th, and I don't have a prepared example to show you yet. It's kind of a gloomy day here in Chicagoland. Kind of gray outside. We're supposed to be getting rain any second. So I slept in a little bit longer than usual because the sunlight didn't wake me up. But all's not gloomy. Iowa State won yesterday. Yay! Iowa State beat the Hawkeyes. Yay! All right, anyway, but back in Illinois. So what I'm going to do today is, I've had this idea for a little while, ever since I got this Leaf Fall 3D folder. I love it. I love it. And since this month I didn't have a dedicated strip down Saturday, I'm going to use this today for this card. So here's some of my scraps. These are the smaller scraps, the 1/4 or less, and the 1/2-inch strips. So I'm going to have those set up over here, somewhat off site, so you can't see. And I am going to we used these yesterday. These are my colors that I have as adhesive sheets. We're going to use them in a different way today. So I'm going to take a strip of this garden green. And I'm going to do a 2-inch strip. And then I'm going to cut it down to 4 inches. So this is a 2x4. All right. I'll put this back with these, which I have these in my scrap bag, but I write on it as adhesive back just so I don't start cutting it up and using it. Now, for this card, you could actually cut out individual strips of this, but I think that's kind of a waste of adhesive, but that's just me. All right, so what we're going to do, oh, you know what? No, I don't want it that short. Talk about wasting. So I want it 2 inches because I'm doing a top fold card. So I want my strip to be 5 1/4. All right. Now look at all these little doodads I have. But I don't use garden green very often anymore. So just in fall time is when I use it a lot. And also I'm using Pear Pizzazz here. Pear Pizzazz is one of my forgotten colors because, let's face it, I love old olives so much. So let me go ahead and set that down. So what we're going to do is I am going to bring out the silicone mat. We're going to peel off that adhesive. And I'm just going to do a little section at a time. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with my fall light colors. And we're just going to lay them down. Let's do that. I'm going to lay them at a diagonal. Let's see, will that cover up the corner? Yes. So I'm just laying them as a diagonal. And then when I get down to where I need to peel off the next one, I will. I'm trying to stay with the fall light colors, but who knows? I might throw, if I have some different colors in there, I might throw it in. Oh, this is just jade. Now that one is retired, but it's a good green, so I'll put it in there. Let's see. And now we're going to, so I think that's too dark. Too dark. See, here's the problem is that I start thinking, what do I want? What do I want? What color scheme do I want? I wonder if I might have to get out my scraps because I want, and you guys would be so proud of me. Here, like I went through my scraps yesterday and I cut a lot of them down. I made them into my quick step sizes. And if you guys don't know what that means is I have certain sizes that, oops, I don't want to put that on top of that. I have certain sizes that I use a lot in my cards. So I took those scraps and or the pieces I had in there, and I cut down a lot into my scraps. So let me come over here. That's real red. I don't want real red. I really feel like I need I might have to cut this one down. Where did I put my cutter? Here we go. Back of my chair. Let me cut this down to a strip. For some reason, I love this curry color for fall cards. Oh, that might be mango. That is. Look at that. That's Mango Melody, but I'm not angry with it. This pumpkin pie is a little thick, so I'm going to cut this down a little. Let's see. I don't know if I like that. I might put this soft succulent at the very end. Leave it down there. Oops. Not sticking to me. You know what? I'm going to put this in. This is one of those from when we had the pigment sprinkles. I still have a lot of those strips left. So let's go ahead, go there. Let's put down a Blackberry Bliss. And then the soft succulent. There we go. Now on this, since yes, you're going to cover up all that card. If you wanted to leave a little grout line, you could have. So you would have had that green showing at some point, which would have been completely fine. Since none of these have strips on it, have adhesive on it, I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and let me do it the long way first. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down with the trimmer. I just realized in September I didn't have a strip down Saturday. Maybe I'll make that every other month, because yesterday was kind of a strip down Saturday, so I was cutting all those down. All right, so there's that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And all of these, now that they've been cut, are going to go in the garbage. I know, hard to believe. It's going to happen. You should see my garbage with all of the different... Look at all that. Look at all that. To run it through a shredder. There's so many color goodnesses in there. But that's all what I did yesterday. All right. That's a first. Me showing you my garbage. All right. Let's go ahead and grab out the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, since we're using that 3D embossing folder, you're going to use just platform 1 and 4. All right, just so you know right there. Use with 3D embossing folders. Again, as always, make sure your embossing folder is going through this way or this way. Don't ever have that fold be the last thing that's coming in. And I'm going to lay this at an angle because I want to get all those good leaves. So I'm going to kind of lay it along that way. Yes, because you see, look at all those good leaves. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, this might go through a little bit harder just because you have 2 layers of cardstock. You have the 2 layers of cardstock. As much as you might want to run it back through again, don't. Take it back out and redo it this way. Don't go backwards or else that fold will be the last thing that comes through. All right, let's grab this out. Let me set this over here to the side. Let me put that back over there. And look at that, guys. I'm going to turn on the side so I can get up closer. Do you see all of that embossing goodness? All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to put this here. What I think I want to do is, do I have one that's long enough? Let me see if I have one that's long enough. Almost. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and grab I think I can get 2 out of this. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, so let me go ahead, cut this at 5 1/4. Good. I was hoping they were long enough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out this, get this back over here. I'm going to go right along. What is it about me taking off those lids? I'm going to go right along that edge. I'm just going to barely put this over. Oh, I did cut it a little bit shorter than I needed to. So you know what? I'm going to try it with the snips. There we go. So we're going to kind of measure where we're at. You notice I haven't put adhesive behind here yet, because I want to make sure that it looks, all right, looks good. Let's go ahead and put that second down. Have it just a little bit over the edge. We may not line up perfectly. And we aren't. Let's bring that over a little bit more. There we go. And my snips, again, there's no adhesive there, so I'm not worried about. And now let's go ahead and put, oh, see? That's why I tell you, don't use, did you see how that just ripped all along there? So, you know how I've been lucky and it hasn't happened the last couple times. Now you can see it does happen when you break it through, when you're using those fibers and breaking it through. So let's go ahead and, oh my gosh, and I love that little strip right there. Let me see if it's in the camera. I always forget I have to go backwards. Look at that. I miss those pigments. Oh, I still have them. In fact, when I knew they were retiring, I bought a second one. Because even though they're retired and I'm not going to show them on videos, I can still use them and make these fabulous strips and then just say, oh, look what I found on my strip thing. All right, let's see. What greeting do I want? Let's, trying to think. I think, sorry for the dead air space. I think I'm going to use this. And I grabbed out this because I thought this would look nice contrast. I'm going to straighten up those edges though. Those edges aren't very straight. See how they're a little jagged? I wonder if I had done this with a torn paper technique, because those edges are very jagged. Either that or that's when my blade wasn't really that sharp. All right. So I have that. And I am going to get needs to be a little bit bigger than that. So let me go. So I'm not going to find in this scraps. Let me see if I have it in my bigger scraps. Because here's my 3/4 and larger. Ah, here's, oh, look at that. How perfect. So how much is this? This is 2 5/8. So I'm going to make this, let's try 2.5. I'm going to get a straight edge. Because I never know when I have these scraps in there where they've come from. So let's get that. Oops, let me do it just 1/8 of an inch more. Just a hair more. Perfect. All right. Now hopefully we're going to mount these on 2 separate blocks. So I'm going to try to get, oh, that's, let me get a bigger block. All right. And let's see, what color do I want? I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen. And because I had these mounted kind of weird, I'm going to do this, but I've cut them down pretty much, so they pretty much should be lined up. All right, let's get this off of here. So I'm going to go this to the left and this to the right. All right. See, I'm wondering now if I'm going to have a little bit of a problem because I have that cardstock rolling up in there. Might be a little bit of a problem. So there's that. Let me get some mini dimensionals. I'm going to use the black ones just because I'm not putting this on white, and because I have so many colors, the black just seems apropos. Get that last one on there. I think I'm going to put it down a little bit further like this. Oh, I'm covering up some of that goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, and now let's see. What gems? What gems? So I have these marked, so hopefully if I have a mark, that usually means they're still in the main catalog. I think I went ahead and updated my embellishments. I don't know. So these are the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. So hopefully they're still out there. I want to mimic that. So I'm going to bring this one down here. And then I think I'm going to do these up here. And there you are. If you wanted to, on your card, if you wanted to actually run this through an embossing folder too, you can. But I think that looks just perfect. Quick and easy way to use up your scraps and use that embossing folder. It's a very, very easy but beautiful card. I always forget if the camera's going ops or not. Very beautiful card. Thanks a lot, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Tell your friends about my YouTube channel. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Because you know what Wednesday is. Wednesday is Watch It Wednesday. So we'll see you then for those Watch It Wednesday bits and pieces on Wednesday. And then we'll finish it up on Friday. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great Sunday and have a safe upcoming week.